Well, I'm so excited. This is the first YouTube live for Men of Means ever. Welcome, everybody. Grateful to have you here. Have a seat, turn up some coffee. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to have a good time. We're going to actually learn about money, one of my favorite topics. And you're with me here for the first time ever. It's history being made. First Men of Means YouTube live broadcast, first of many. So thank you so much for being here. Mostly the brothers, Alex, welcome, Antonio, welcome. And it seems like there's 5 people here. So let's give it just a few seconds before we launch everything. And we're going to take you on a ride around money and emotions and intentions. You can tell I'm a little nervous, right? So check it out. Got my nice clothes outfit. And we're going to rock and roll. Give it 2 minutes and we'll get started in just a second. All right. Okay, so let's talk about money. Let's talk about purpose. Let's talk about traumas. Let's talk about how to actually increase our wealth without the struggle, without the hustle, without all the pain and suffering, which is what we've been taught is the only way to make the money. Let me ask you a question. Have you had a conversation with your parents ever where they said to you the following words? They said to you, if it's too easy, it's probably not worth it. If it's too easy, it must be a scam. If it's too easy, easy come, easy go. By the way, that's true, especially for men, because if you are a man and you have not really worked hard for what you have obtained, oftentimes you give it up more easily. Think about it. Have you ever met a really beautiful woman and she decided to engage with you sexually too fast? How likely were you to continue to follow her and continue to want to chase her? So the truth is that for most men, easy come, easy go is a training that they've been taught. And they've been told that when things are too easy, there's something wrong. And what I'm here to stand is as a testament that it doesn't have to be that hard. And what I want to start is by sharing a story, a personal story, so that you can see how easy it could be for you to manage, navigate, handle, and understand how to work with wealth. That's what this channel is all about, is how to connect with money through ease and grace, especially if you're a man. Because most of the guys out there who are watching this, we got 43 people on this call, and you want to know, how do I make money? How do I support my family? How do I go towards my goals without suffering, without killing myself, without cheating, lying, and stealing, which is what most of us have been told is the only way to make money? I'll tell you a story. I myself, I was born in a third world country. Third world country, which means that most of the access to wealth is very limited. I immigrated to America when I was 8, and I came here as a broke, no language, no cultured human being. I was an alien. By the time I was 33, I was making $1 million of personal income, not by cheating and stealing and selling drugs, but by actually being a productive provider as a man. And it always fascinates me. How is it that I came here as a nobody and I was able to generate $1 million of personal income as a financial advisor, and yet there's many people in America who are born American, who speak the English language, who have access to better schools, and yet they struggle to make ends meet? How is that possible? How is it possible that so many guys who are struggling can't get to the next level, while other guys or gals have ease and grace, and they're able to navigate the field of wealth and financial success. How is that possible? If we all have access to mostly the same type of education, if we all have access to mostly the same types of information, think about YouTube. You now have access more than your parents did. Why is it that some people get stuck? And that's what we're going to talk about today, some real good cheat codes and hacks around money. And I'm excited. This is my first YouTube broadcast. I never thought I would do such a thing. So I'm extremely scared, excited, feeling some joy. And I'm taking a look at this chat room, and I see I got brothers and sisters from Russia and Poland and people who are just tuning in. And I'm really excited to have you guys here. So hang in there, especially if you are someone who is identifying as a man and you're wondering, how can I make money? How can I increase my wealth without suffering, struggling, or doing illegal shit just to make the bills paid? So what I want to share with you is most men are taught money mindset. Money mindset is all about what? Work hard, go to war, and hopefully you'll make some money by pressuring yourself and going through intense hardship. Now, I'm not saying that making money is as easy as going to sleep. There's certain things you need to learn. There's certain dynamics that you need to understand, and this is very similar to salsa dancing. If you ever dance salsa, it's not hard. Well, you got to stay on track. You got to constantly make adjustments and shifts. You can't be sleeping and dancing salsa, right? And in the field of dancing salsa, it's not just a proactive expression. If you're dancing with a woman, you're not just pushing her and twisting her and spinning her. There's also moments where you need to receive, where you need to be led. And the same goes for money. The same goes for wealth. So how can you learn to dance with money? How can you learn to dance with wealth in a way that doesn't crush you, that doesn't hurt or damage you? And the truth is that most guys right now around the world are really struggling with money and friendships. And both of those have to do with how much you understand the concept of partnership. Partnership is the main theme of success in the entire universe. You see, most of us have been taught that partnership is dangerous and that it's dysfunctional. We've never been taught how to be a partner. And by the way, this is not pre-recorded. You're hearing me live. So hang in there. So think about this. Statistics show us that something like 80% of businesses that are around the world are sole proprietor businesses. What does that mean? They're businesses that are built and owned by one person. And yet we know that the most successful businesses are not the businesses that are owned by one person. They're owned through partnership, through collaboration. Interesting. How many of us have been in school where we've had to take a test and then we've been punished for getting help on our exam? And we are all trained to do it alone. Why can't I use my resources when I'm taking a school exam? Why can't I ask for help? Because in the real world, I'm never doing it alone. In the real world, there are no exams that are just only you. So the question I have for you is, where in your life are you under the preconceived notion that you are individual in your success? Where in your life are you under the notion that you have to have a certain level of independence for you to become successful before you partner with someone? Think about that. So many of us think, first let me be successful and then I'll find a partner. And the actual opposite is true, because it takes twice as much energy, if not more, to become successful by yourself. So let's talk about partnership first before we talk about the money traumas, because it's related. It's related. Think about it. when you're doing partnership work, what it requires is a level of education and understanding in terms of how partnership even works. Now, many people think they understand partnership because they went to school and they went to a business class that taught them about the difference between sole proprietorship, partnership, and corporations. That's as far as they know. Or they understand about partnership because their parents have had some partner, whether romantic or business, and they've been burnt. So we as humans, especially as men, we are so scared of partnership because we've never been trained on how to navigate a partnership. How do we use our skills to create momentum and create a level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Multiplication when it comes to our partnerships. Most of us are trying to survive a partnership instead of thrive in a partnership. I want to ask you guys, whoever's watching this, if you're in the chat, if you're in a partnership, say, I'm in a partnership. And if you're not in a partnership, that's okay. But if you're in a partnership, say, I'm in a partnership. I want to see you in the chat. And yes, I can wish you a happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday. And I'm really grateful for all the guys and gals who are listening. This is my first YouTube broadcast, so I'm very excited to have you guys here. You are a part of my success and a part of my standing in my light. So thank you so much for all of your love, for your likes, for your comments. I don't even know what to ask for. I'm just here to provide for now, right? So those people who are in a partnership realize that partnerships can be challenging. And the reason that there are challenges in partnerships is because we have not been taught how to navigate, how to manage and maneuver in a partnership. So what we oftentimes do is we resort to a fight or flight mechanism. In partnerships, we either fight for our rights or we run away and we say, this partner is dangerous, they don't understand me, I'm out of here. So what we want to do is I want to teach you how to have healthy partnership, whether it's with money, with women, with business partners, because that's how you're able to multiply. That's how you're able to multiply. Okay? If you want to multiply, put in the chat, I'm ready to multiply. Whether it's your money you're trying to multiply, your relationships you're trying to multiply, or your life's purpose that you're trying to multiply, all of it is available to you right here and right now. And multiplication happens through equation. Equation means that you're able to have an understanding of how to multiply. Let me give you an example. If you ever took a math class and they don't teach you the equation of multiplication, how are you meant to know how to multiply? If somebody came to you and said, what is 57 times 95, and they never gave you a multiplication table or a calculator, that means nothing to you. And what I want to teach you right now is some of the equations in the field of multiplication that you can apply to multiply your wealth, to multiply your relationships, and most importantly, multiply your life's purpose. I'm just really curious right now from all the people in the chat, how many are men? How many are women? If you're male, just put M. If you're female, just put F. Let's see how many guys we got in the house and how many women we got in the house so that I can speak directly to you guys and girls. Sarah, female. Vishal, welcome. Pachu, male. Criminal, T for trans. Vic, M. We got males, females, we got transgender people in the chat. I love it. You're all welcome. Okay, great. So we're looking at multiplication. We're looking at money traumas. We're looking at partnerships. And what I want to ask you is, how often in your partnerships do you hide? And how often in your partnerships do you hide your challenges from your partner? You see, most of us have been taught to hide, conceal, minimize our challenges so that we can look good in front of other people. And yet, if you learn how to express the things that you struggle with Only then are you able to find healthy partnership. Let's look at this in the context of your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. If you struggle as a man, as an example, if you struggle with pornography addiction, I used to struggle with pornography addiction, and you're scared to even share it with your partner, how good of a partner are you? If you're struggling with financial issues and you have financial shame, but you're constantly trying to look good in front of your partner, how good of a partner are you? If you struggle with sexual desires and you're afraid to own it, what kind of a partnership are you really in? What is this person really here to do in your life? Are they just a character? Or are you asking for partnership? So partnership takes courage. And partnership takes courage because in a healthy partnership, whether with money, with women, with men, with your life's purpose, with God, whatever you're in a partnership with, if you don't have the courage to speak your truth, then what are you wasting your time on? Is there even a real partnership if you're scared to actually own your truth? Right? If you're scared to own your truth, then what is the purpose of your partnership? Is it just companionship? Now let's make sure that we identify the difference. A companionship is you're just hanging out with someone because you enjoy their company. And we have plenty of companions with us in our life. But if you're looking for true partnership, you're looking for somebody who's here to support you, to multiply your results, you got to have courage and you got to start speaking the truth. Now, this is something that most of us have never been taught to do, because when we are raised with poverty parents, our poverty parents show us that the truth is actually something to be afraid of. How many of you have had parents that were scared to own the truth even though you saw that they're struggling? How many of you have a mother who was struggling with depression, but she never wanted to admit it because she was scared of how she would be treated, how she would be looked at? How many of you have had fathers who struggled with anger, shame, with infidelity, and everyone in the family knows it, but nobody wants to say it? You see, right there and then as a child, you're starting to learn that if I have a problem, and even if everyone sees it, I should not be talking about it. And that itself is what causes you to have separation. Even inside of yourself, you're like, oh shit, there's two parts of me. There's the truth, the challenges, the depression, the anxiety, the shame. And then there's the social part of me where I'm pretending like everything's okay, even though everybody knows I'm struggling. Right? And in this center, when you have a center split, what's happening is your energy is separated. You're no longer in alignment. When you're out of alignment, your energy is lost. You're having to manage two separate enterprises, two stores, two types of relationships. That takes a lot of energy, man. So, if you're enjoying this conversation, please put in the chat joy. I'm listening, I'm reading the chat as you guys are typing. And I see some brothers and sisters from around the world. Welcome. Sarah, Criminal, Antonio, Purple Gamer, welcome. You guys are in the right place. If you're here, if you're listening to this and you're finding some wisdom here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Give it a thumbs up, because I'm just getting started here. I'm just getting started here. And my intention is to empower you through joy and through truth, because what I know about money and about partnership and about business is that it doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be a lonely man's game. So many of us go through our entire life lonely, even if we're surrounded by people. Even if we're surrounded by money and opportunity and business, we still go alone. So I'm inviting you into partnership. I'm inviting you into the energetics of what it feels like to have the safety of partnership in your life. And before I continue, what I'd like for you to do is close your eyes and take a deep breath. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And I want you, as you take a deep breath, to feel into the energetics of what a perfect, aligned, energizing partnership feels like. You don't have to imagine what it looks like. Can you feel the energy that a perfect, energized, healthy partnership can do for you? Whether it's a partnership with a man or a woman, or a partnership with money, what can that do for you? What can it do for you if you had a partner who really wanted the best for you, who accepted you for all of your shit? A partner who said, hey, you know what? Even if I don't like some of the shit you do, I'm still with you. So this is the type of partnership that is available to you. And it's available by learning the equation of partnership, the equation of multiplication. So what's the equation of multiplication? You first have to understand the basics. Without the basics, how are you going to multiply? If your basics are off, how are you trying to multiply something? You're just plugging in random numbers, random energetics? No. So the core of partnership, the base of partnership is courage. Number one, courage. Do I have the courage to speak my truth to a partner who can hear me, and if they don't like what I say, I'm still not going to lie? Because I will hold the truth at all costs. And I deserve to have a partner. I deserve to have a partner who accepts my truth, even if they don't like it. And the way to have this courage is very interesting. One of the mechanisms that you can use to open up this level of courageousness is the energy of play. The energy of play. Because so many of us, especially men, have been taught that in order to have courage, you got to be real tough. You got to be real aggressive and assertive, and you got to be serious. So many men, when they step into their courage, they accidentally, inadvertently become too serious. And what we know through all types of martial arts and sports is that the more serious you are, the more stiff you are, the easier you break, the easier you get injured. We don't want to get injured. We're trying to have a good time. How many of us want to party our way to the top of the mountain? How many of us want to have joy and happiness and celebration all the way to the top of the mountain instead of pain and suffering and broken bones and traumas? Yeah, me too. I see you, Sarah. I see you guys. So as I take a momentary break, honoring the people who are here in the chat, where are you tuning in from? Where are you at in the world? What country are you coming in from? Why don't you put it in the chat so I get a better feel for the people who are here. I'm so excited to have you in this joy bus. And I'm very excited to share this information with you. This is real good information. Lisbon, Antonio's from Lisbon. India, brothers from India, welcome. Abdul. My brother from Israel, Shalom. Who else is here? India, Games, what's up? Poland, welcome. I never heard of Free Poland before, but why not Free Poland anyway? Great. So let's get back into it. Do me a favor. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Pay attention. If you're interested in gaining wealth, Kevin Wong, if you're interested in accelerating your partnership with your spouse, if you're interested in opening up the opportunities of business, pay attention to what you're hearing and don't be distracted by the chat. Stay here with me. Take a deep breath with me. Beautiful. So we're talking about partnership, and what we're talking about is the basics, the foundation, the fundamentals of partnership. We said courage is number one. How can you have the courage to speak your truth? Because without speaking your truth, what you're doing is you're betraying yourself. Who would be partners with a human who is betraying themselves? Let me ask you guys, people in the chat, would you partner with someone who betrays themselves all the time? Would you partner with someone who is here to lie to themselves? Would you partner with someone who is not even truthful about their challenges? The answer is no. Of course we wouldn't. And the question I have for you is, why would someone partner with you? Why would someone partner with you if you're not owning your truth? If you're not being honest about the challenges that you have in your personal life? I'll share with you one of my own challenges. I grew up in LA, in America, and I don't know about you guys, but I grew up watching porn and playing video games. So when you are watching porn, playing video games all day, sometimes you get stuck in shame and you start to realize, damn, all these desires that I have, all these challenges that I have, they're all stuck in my head and I'm trapped. And so every partner that I had, I was hiding my addiction. Every partner that I had, I felt so much shame to talk about the struggles that I would have in private. So I would always show up pretending that I was someone other than who I really was. And my question to you is, how willing are you to partner with someone who covers up their struggles? How willing are you to partner up with someone who pretends that they don't have addictions, that they don't have challenges, that they're not feeling sad in any given moment? Okay? That's number one in terms of partnership, courage. And what I shared with you is the key to unlock courage is playfulness. Where can you be more playful in your courage? Where can you approach someone, whether your partner or a stranger, and be courageous with them through the energy of playfulness? Because the more strict you are, the more stiff you are, the more serious you are, the more easily you will break. Great. Okay, so we talked about courage, we talked about playfulness. The next question when it comes to partnership is ownership. Ownership is a tool for wealthy people. Ownership. How many people in the world, how many people in your family don't take ownership of their shit, called ownership, and how many people don't take ownership of their light? How many people in your family pretend that they are modest, they are humble, and they don't want to shine their light? Because most of us have been taught to not shine our light. We've been told to keep it quiet because we'll get in trouble if we show how good we are at something. So in any given partnership, whether it's a partnership with your spouse, a partnership with money, a partnership with God, the great thing you can do is to own your shit and to own your light. Own your light. What does that look like? What it looks like is being really honest about what you're really good at and not playing small. You know, many immigrant families are telling their children to play modest as a form of safety and security. And so the question I have for you is that something that's helped you in your life to play modest, to play small, to pretend that you're not good at something? How does this relate to money traumas? How does this relate to money at all? You see, if you are in a partnership with money and you're constantly hiding your shame and your challenges and your struggles, why would anything, including money, partner with you? If you're in a partnership with money and you're afraid to take risk because you lack courage, and you're scared because you're so stiff you don't want to spend money, why would anyone partner with you? What's in it for the money to partner with you? Right? So in the field of partnership, what we're looking at is how to create healthy partnerships that are multipliers. And in multiplier relationships, there is transparency, there is trust, there is ownership, there's communication. So where in your relationships do you not communicate your needs? Where in your relationships have you been told that when you have a need, that some needs are taboo? That some needs should not be mentioned? So I'll speak about my own personal relationship. I have a fiance, and sometimes my needs bring me a lot of shame because I get scared to express my needs to this person. And when I feel the shame to express my needs is actually the time where I realize it's important to share. Why? Why is it important for you to share your needs with your partner? Whether it's money, whether it's your business partner, whether it is your life partner. Why is that important? You see, when you're not sharing your needs, you're hiding them. You're sneaking them. Or worse yet, you're not having your needs met, which means you're betraying yourself and you're sticking in a relationship that you're causing resentment towards yourself, towards your partner, because your needs are concealed, hidden, not in the light. And when you don't share your needs, when I don't share my needs, what I'm doing is I'm robbing my partner of the choice to fulfill my needs or not. Right? Think about it. How many times have you had a need that seemed really scary, that seemed really shameful, and the moment you shared it with your partner said, "Oh wow, that's it? Okay, I can take care of that." And they took care of it. And the question I have for you is, how often do you strip your partners of your needs? And how is that a powerful and healthy partnership to have? Listen, there are some partners that when you share your need, they will get angry and they will leave you. And those are the exact partners you don't want to have. So if you have a partner, when you share your need and they leave, perfect. You now know that this partner wasn't for you. If you have a partner where you share your needs and they attack you, they put you down, they tell you you're a bad person, easy. That's not a good partnership. It's not healthy. You want a healthy partnership. You want a partnership that multiplies. You want a partnership where your partner can also tell you about their needs and you don't shame them. So the question I have for you is, where in your partnerships do you shame your partner for their needs? Where in your partnership do you get angry or leave your partner when they share just the need? They're not acting on the need, they're just sharing the need. You know, I remember when I was addicted to pornography, and by the way, I didn't even know I was addicted. I thought that everybody watches porn. I thought that watching pornography was what healthy guys do to keep their sexual energy flowing. Was I wrong? At the time, I had desires, and I was so afraid to share my sexual desires with the girlfriend that I had. So by holding these sexual desires, I started to actually hide. I started to shame myself even more. I started to hide my desires and try to meet my needs outside of my relationship. And guess where that relationship went? It didn't go anywhere. It went away. And so especially if you're a man listening to this, especially the brothers who are here from my men's community, having the courage to just express the need. I'm not saying to take care of the need. I'm not saying having the courage to accomplish the need. I'm saying just verbally sharing your need takes a lot of courage. And if you don't have the courage, or you're not willing to invest the courage, because you have the courage, it's about investing it. If you're not investing the courage, you're actually harming your relationship. You're holding the relationship hostage. This person that you're with is assuming that they know you and understand what you need, and you're holding it. And you're doing it on the side. And then you're complaining about how your needs are not being met and how nobody can help you. Well, you're the first to go. You got to share the need. So how do you share the needs of your sexual desires? How do you share needs around the things that you want to experience sexually? Subscribe to my channel. I'll make another YouTube live just about that, because I have a lot of great wisdom to share with you around how to navigate, how to speak about your sexual desires and needs in a way that is safe, in a way where your partner says, wow, thank you for sharing this with me. I'm scared that you shared this, but I understand you. You know, our sexual desires are also connected to our wealth. The secrets you keep around your sexual desires affect your finances. Think about it. If you're keeping secrets in one area, chances are you're keeping secrets in other areas. I'm speaking to the mature men in this audience. How many of you have done business with another man who came to your office and, in order to build camaraderie with you, started showing off about how he cheated on his wife? How many of you know businessmen who talked about their significant other and shared with you that they've been unfaithful? Now, here's the deal. Anytime there's a man who I do business with who says that to me, I immediately discontinue my business with him. Why? Why? Here's the mindset on that. If you're willing to lie to the person who is your closest partner in life, whether it's your wife or your girlfriend, of course you're willing to lie to everyone else. If you're willing to lie to the person you live with, the person that you create with, of course you're willing to lie to everyone else. I'm an easy person for you to lie to if you got the courage to lie to your wife. If you're running a double life, then it's obvious. You got the courage to do that. You're going to do it all day long. Let's take a deep breath together. I'm saying what's up to all the listeners in the house. Sonu, what's up? Yap Chung, welcome. Manas, welcome. I'm curious, how old is everybody in this chat room? I have a feeling we got a lot of young people here, and I got a couple friends here who are watching as well. How old is everybody in this chat room? Over 18 or under 18? That's all I need to know. Thank you, Manas. Great. We got some 18, 22-year-olds, 40-year-old. Damn, you're old, bro. 26-year-old, over 18. We got a guy who's 97. He's on his deathbed and listening to how to overcome traumas. Great. Let's take a deep breath together. Thanks for being here, guys and girls. All right, we're going back into money traumas, right? We're talking about money. We're talking about partnership. Partnership with who? Partnership with wealth in this case. So here's the thing. If you're not really being honest with yourself, why should anyone partner with you? If you are not in integrity with yourself, why should anybody be partnered with you? And the interesting thing is that most people think that when they do things that are out of integrity, that nobody knows it. And the truth is that people who are out of integrity, it shows up in everything that they do. Everything they do is a symbol of their out of integrityness. So when you're out of integrity in any area, what you're saying is, I'm okay with out of integrity behavior. And when you're out of integrity, why would anyone partner with you? What's in it for them? What is the gain for wealth to connect with you if you're cheating yourself? Right? Cheating yourself. Now, I don't know if anybody in this room, I'm sure nobody in this room, is into the 10 Commandments. But the 10 Commandments are a lesson in how to stay in integrity with yourself. When the 10 Commandments say don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't murder, what they're really saying is when you do these kind of things, you're out of integrity with yourself because nobody does those things and feels good about it. So the moment that you betray yourself, what you're signaling to everyone, including money, is I am not to be trusted because I don't even trust myself. You see, a person who trusts themselves owns their truth. They own the truth. So what are some truths that are ownable that will support you in having a deeper, more healthy relationship with money? The one thing that I like to share is owning what emotions you are feeling. How many of you have shame around money? How many of you have anger towards money secretly? How many of you resent money secretly? Even though you're like, well, I'm making it, I'm trying hard, I'm working, I go to work, I have my job, but I hate money. I can't stand it. This thing has ruined my life. It's made me so angry. My parents have traumatized me with money. My boss has traumatized me, but I'm making money, right? So here, the first step into having a healthy partnership with money is taking ownership of the emotions that you've been hiding around money. How many people, even if you have money, how many people have secret anger towards money, secret sadness towards money, secret shame towards money, secret level of jealousy towards money? And if you're in a relationship with money and you got secret emotions towards it and you're not even owning it yourself, damn. How else are you showing up in your relationships? How else are you showing up with the world when you're not even willing to admit your own truth? And this is the basics of partnership, is first accepting your truth, and second, speaking your truth. So one of the things I like to teach people about how to make more money is how can you identify the emotions that you hold towards money, and secondly, how can you have the courage to speak about it? How can you get the courage using the energy of play and talk about where you hold shame around money, where you hold anger around money? Because the moment you start to own the truth, the challenges, when you own the problems, when you're owning it, you're not running away from it, you're not pretending, you're like, no, here's my challenge, I own it. The moment you do that, a lot of healing will open for you. The healing comes from multiple directions. I call it omnipotent healing. Every direction is ready and available to support you in your healing, but you got to press the ownership button first. Because nobody is here to heal you. Nothing is here to save you unless you first claim that you need healing, that you need saving, that you need some help. If you're not owning the challenge that you're experiencing and you're hoping that it goes away, good luck. How long have you done that for? How many years have you had a specific shame, whether it's sexual, financial, relationship-based shame, that you just did nothing about it and you kept it to yourself? And as long as you keep it to yourself, the shame is there. It actually builds, right? Yeah, I see you in the chat. I'll share with you a story that is really intense for me. I'm actually feeling scared to share this with you all. In fact, my father is sitting in the other room here, and I have a few friends who are in this room, and there's strangers here. Guys, I watched porn ever since I was like 12 years old. And just like everyone else, what's up, Esteban? Just like everyone else, my porn usage got more and more and more and more extreme. And it wasn't even my fault. You see, when we're dealing with porn, porn is actually not addictive by itself. You know what's addictive? The dopamine. The dopamine is novelty. It's when you see something new and you're like, oh shit, that's shocking. And you look at it more. And after a while of looking at something shocking, then you're like, okay, that doesn't shock me anymore. I need something of higher shock value. So you start to turn up the intensity of the dopamine because your dopamine receptors are saying, hey, this dopamine that you're giving me is not doing it for me anymore. It's not doing it for me anymore, right? So just like most guys and even girls, the type of porn I started to watch, starting the age of 12, started to get more and more and more and more and more extreme. Until I found myself watching transgender porn. And I was like, wow, it was shocking, it was scary, it was fascinating, and I felt so much shame. And I felt so scared. I started to ask myself, is there something wrong with me? Am I gay? Am I weird? Is there something that I need to hide? So this continued, and my shame got deeper, and I started to hide more. I started to feel more and more bad about myself. And you see what happens, brothers and sisters, when you start to feel shame about something and you don't own the truth of it, you hide it, you conceal it, you avoid it, guess what happens? What happens when you hide the shame? Does it go away? Does it heal? No. The shame starts to get bigger and badder, louder and louder. And it starts to get so loud that it actually starts to get in the way of your good decisions. You start making choices that are actually self-punishing because you realize what the shame is and you're not addressing it. You don't know how to address it. You've been told that what you're doing is so bad that nobody should know about it. So you continue going through your life beating yourself up. By the way, masturbation is a type of beating yourself up. And many guys turn to masturbation as a form of relief from shame. So, what is it that you can do? What is it you can do, and what did I do in order to really address this and to really be able to heal the shame that I was carrying? I did what I'm telling you you should do. I started to talk about it. I started to share the shame instead of hiding it. I'll never forget, one of my brothers who's in this story is actually in this YouTube live right now. His name is Kevin. I'll never forget, I was out to dinner with him and I sat with him and I said, Kevin, I want to share something with you. I feel a lot of scared and a lot of shame, but I've been watching transgender porn. And I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God, get ready. He's going to totally like laugh in my face. And you know what he did? He looked at me and said, okay, I understand. Thank you. And he's like, I've done that too. I've done that too. Guess what that did to my shame? Did it go up or down? Just, I was like, what? You too? He's like, yeah, man, I understand. Wow. Wow. Kevin's getting a lot of love in this room. The chat's going on fire for Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Calling you out hard, bro. I'm so grateful. But you see, the truth is that if you've been watching porn since the age of 12, 13, everyone's seen every kind of porn. And if you're pretending like you haven't, don't lie to yourself. That's the whole point of this conversation. The point of this conversation is, where are you hiding your shit? And where you hide your shit is where you don't heal. And where you reveal your shit is where you heal your shit. It's okay. It's okay. Unless you talk about the things that are holding you back, ain't nobody gonna help you. Ain't nothing getting in your way. right? So what I'm referring to here is when it comes to money, how many of us have shame around finances? How many of us feel angry about where we are financially? How many of us feel scared when it comes to our finances, the bills? Almost everybody. But the moment you start to hide that, the moment you pretend like it's not happening when we all know it's happening, is where you put yourself into a trap. And no wonder it's hard to get help, because your partners are not being told the truth about your struggle. So I want to give you an assignment. I want you to use the energy of courage today to find something that you've been hiding, something you feel shameful about, something you feel scared to reveal, and sit your partner down, or somebody who you find trust and connection with. Sit them down and say, hey, listen, I want to share something with you and I'm really scared. And I heard this dude on YouTube who was encouraging me to be honest about my shit. And if you don't have a life partner, if you don't have a boyfriend and girlfriend, you got a friend, you got a close friend somewhere. And if you don't, you got to come back to this channel, because you'll find plenty of friends. I'm going to teach you how to make real good friends. Make sure you subscribe. Okay? So I want you to sit with someone today and share the shift. And just be open about it and say, hey, look, I'm scared, but I've been hiding this, and there's nothing you need to do about it. And I'm not giving it to you to blame you. I'm not asking you to fix it for me. I just heard this wild and crazy Persian guy on YouTube, and he told me that if I had the courage to share my shift, that it wouldn't be as heavy for me. Can I share this with you? That's your assignment. So I'm excited for you, for your journey. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on this channel. And for those of you who are interested in hearing more, make sure you subscribe, because I got a lot to share with you, and it's all for free. I have a men's community called Men of Means, and I'm not even trying to promote it. I'm here to tell you that these are the kind of things that we talk about in our men's group. And if you're interested in it, come back and listen and watch and hear and learn. This information is stuff that I wish I had when I was in my 20s. I would have been a multi-billionaire by now. But it cost me so much time, so much shame, so much anger, so much sadness to get to this point. And God's told me that I get to share this with everyone for free. So eat it up. Learn about it. Play with it. Message me. Make a comment and say, hey, I love this, or how do I do that? And I'll respond to every single person here. All right. God bless you all. Thank you so much for giving me the honor to spend this 55 minutes with you. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. Make sure that if you subscribe to this channel, you press notify me, because when I do lives, you'll be notified right away. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. God bless. And thank you to the Men of Means who are here.